Hey guys, what's going on? Ethan Gladwell here with Medicare Millennials, the YouTube channel for Medicare agents. Today is a fun one for me. If you guys have been following along on Instagram or even some of our most recent YouTube videos, you guys know that I have been pursuing phone sales, and I've done it before with Final Expense. It's something that I felt jaded towards because of how badly I did a couple of years ago with phone sales. In fact, I not only nearly lost or failed out of the business, but I nearly lost my now wife because we went broke. So, with that being said, I was a little jaded. I was a little hesitant. I really didn't even want to do it. But the reason that I'm doing it is because this summer I'm taking a long road trip. And like many of you, I love to travel and have fun, but I truly love to work as well. So I cannot go that long without working. And so I essentially decided that I'm going to learn. It's going to be self-taught. I'm going to learn how to sell Medicare over the phone. A lot of people that are going to watch this have done it before, are really good at it, have been doing it for a long time. So if anybody that has done it is good at it, I would love some tips and tricks. But today, I just wanted to go over a few things that I have personally learned in the 1 week that I've done some phone sales. Now, I did bring my note sheet here. That way I can kind of remember some of the things. First off, lots of dialing. You need to have a fresh amount of leads every single day coming in, whether that's direct mail, which usually isn't very good when it comes to phone sales, but I haven't transitioned in any sort of other type of leads. So right now I just have direct mail, but there's lots of dialing. Yesterday I called two numbers back to back. The first one picked up the phone, sold. Second one picked up the phone, sold. Did not get another person on the phone for 2 more hours. So just sitting there listening to that dialing over and over will nearly drive you mad. But then again, today, I started out the day, nobody picked up the phone, and then boom, 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 3 in a row. So I guess it's kind of the luck of the draw. I know there's some auto dialers that I might look into, but again, guys, I will be in a van. I'm not looking to have a bunch of fancy equipment. It's going to be me and a cell phone. So, and of course, some leads. So just be prepared for that. If that's something that you're going to run after, that's just fine. But just know that, yes, some days you're going to get those stretches where nobody picks up the phone. And here in Texas right now, it's 80 degrees. It's patio weather. It's gorgeous. I want to be outside. So today was a little tough initially, and so was yesterday after the first 2 calls. Another thing that I've learned is when you call somebody and they go, "Oh, yes, I want to know about this. I'm excited to know about this. I've been waiting to go over this. But please, I'm busy right now. Can you call me back at 1?" Here's what I've learned. No, ma'am. I cannot. I cannot make any more outbound calls. I won't have time. Whatever excuse you have to make that excuse. This doesn't take very long. Let me get right through this so I can get you checked off the list. Because what I've found, and I've done this twice so far, is, okay, Mrs. Jones, sure, I will call you back, and I am excited to go over this information with you, but I need to know that you are ready to receive this information. I need to know that you're ready to go over this, and I need to know that you will be available at 1 o'clock or whatever time you said you would be. Because if I miss you, I cannot circle back around. And if you miss me, well, shame on you. I cannot circle back around. And guys, of course we can, but we're trying to set that urgency. And so again, I try and do it right then and there. I assume the conversation. I assume that they're going to let me go through this. So don't tell them it's going to take 30 minutes. Nobody wants to sit there and go, "Okay, sure, I've got an extra 30 minutes. Let's go for it." Even if they do, because most do, because they're retired. But hey, this takes just a few minutes. I want to verify a couple of quick things. That way I can get the right information out to you. And we're going right into it. Okay, we're not saying it's going to take 30 minutes. We're not telling them it'll be a while. And so, guys, we need to assume the conversation. If you get a hold of somebody, you need to say, be excited, talk loud, and then let them know this doesn't take very long. You're excited that you got a hold of them, and go ahead and assume that conversation. Do not, if you can handle or if you can avoid rescheduling, please do so, because do not reschedule. Most of the time, they won't answer the phone. They'll forget. Something will happen. Grandkid will call, whatever it may be. Try and avoid that at all costs. Another thing that I've done is learn the way that you're going to sell these people before you pick up the phone. And that sounds kind of cheesy. We do have Sunfire, which allows us to have a text message capability as well as email, so we can text or email to sign. But you don't get all excited about that when you're starting to call a 78-year-old or an 82-year-old or whatever. So I write a lot of one carrier and predominantly one carrier. And so I called that carrier the other day and I said, hey, how am I going to do this if I'm doing phone sales? They walked me right through it, and it was excellent. It was very, very daunting initially, but after the first time that I did it, which I did mess up and I had to redo after I called my regional representative. But after I did it correctly, I was like, oh my gosh, that's what I was scared of? Yeah, right, come on. If that's all that it takes to do it, then shoot, sign me up, let's go, and I'm ready to hit more people, okay? So another tip here is it's important to build trust. Again, guys, I'm not selling state, I'm not selling nationally, I'm selling locally, regionally, whatever you'd like to call it. So, and I'm still selling in the counties that I was doing face-to-face. So again, I try and Google their phone numbers before I get a hold of them. And it's important when I go, are you still at 123 Main Street? And they say yes, then I'm like, that's right behind the Walmart or HEB or the high school or whatever it may be. And they're going to go yes. And I'm going to go, how long have you been living there? I've been out to Cleburne or Fort Worth or Weatherford or wherever it is. I've been out there a billion times. I got a bunch of buddies out there. I helped a lot of people out there. You know, how long have you been living out there? And they're going to say 25 years or whatever. Great, great. Again, I've spent a lot of time. I've gone to the state park. In fact, anytime my wife lets me go to the HEB out there, I do, because I prefer them more than Walmart. I'm building that trust. I'm letting them know that I'm local. I'm not from New York. I'm not from California. I'm not from all these other crazy places. No offense to anybody out there. But I'm not from those areas. I'm from your backyard. I'm familiar with Johnson County. I'm familiar with Tarrant County. I'm familiar with all the plans. And I'm also familiar with all the doctors and what it is that they like. So that makes a huge difference. I like to let them know that I'm local, building that trust. I'm here. I'm 20 minutes away. If you ever need anything, reach out to me. It's not a big deal. And also what I do is when I am wrapping everything up, or I'm wrapping up my sale, I let them know, Mrs. Jones, the best thing about what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to send you out a business card that has a magnet on there. All that I ask is you throw me on your refrigerator. If you ever have a question about Medicare, you got a friend that ever asks you anything about that, a family member, I want you to think of me, and I want you to go take a look at that business card, and do not hesitate for them to give me a call or for you to give me a call. So I'm going to send you a card with a magnet out, and I will take care of you from now until the rest of your life. And I'm just going to make sure that you're taken care of every single year. If your doctor switches plans, if your drug's no longer covered, whatever it may be, I'm here to help you. And I'll alleviate that anxiety that comes with all the commercials, all the advertisements, all the mail, things like that. My final thing is guys, when you're on the phone, well, let me say this. When you're face-to-face, you can tell I'm very up. You know, I use my hands. You can see my face and my wrinkles, all that other stuff. And guys, when you're on the phone, they can't see that stuff, obviously. So all that they have is what you're saying and how you say it. Okay. So my message to you today is be excited. You know, don't be weird or anything, and also don't be monotone. Hi, good morning, Mrs. Jones. This is Ethan Glidewell. I got this little form that you had filled out. Now, nobody likes that. I want you to say, Mrs. Jones, good morning. Hi, this is Ethan. How are you? You know, I want to show some excitement. I love my job, and I want that energy to be transferred through the phone. I want them to feel what it is that I'm feeling. And so, for example, and I just truly wish I could have recorded this phone call yesterday. The lady had a regular plan, but she had Medicare and full-blown Medicaid. She didn't have a dual plan. And so she was a little knowledgeable, and she had mentioned she had an agent that she believed took very good care of her. And so I was testing her a little bit. I was like, all right, when you go see a specialist, what's it cost? 35, great. All right, when you go to the ER, what's it cost? 90, great. All right, how much dental do you have? She goes, I got 500, great. I said, how much over the counter benefits do you have? And she goes, I get $40 a quarter, and that kind of sucks. And I said, yes, ma'am, that sure does. But listen, I want to share something with you today that I believe is going to knock your socks off. So are you sitting down, Mrs. Jones? Yes? Great. Because this is going to blow you away. Are you ready for this? She goes, yes. I said, great. Pull out a pen and a piece of paper. All those things you just told me, write them down. Now I'm going to put another column next to it, and I'm going to have you write another thing down. So that specialist copay now goes to 0. That ER copay now goes to 0. The inpatient goes to 0. Outpatient goes to 0, et cetera, all goes to 0. Now that dental you had of 500 is now 2,000. The vision you said was 100, now 300. And the over-the-counter benefits that you said sucks at $40 a quarter now goes to 300. And you should have heard how she just, I could literally feel her energy. And she was like, holy cow, this is incredible. Nobody's ever taken the time and sat down. I'm pissed off at my agent. Whatever, I'm with you. Let's do business. What do I need to do to sign up for it? I said, Mrs. Jones, all you got to do is hang tight. We're going to get on a phone call real fast. It'll be a recorded line. I'll ask you the exact same questions that I've asked before, and you're going to be taken care of. Starting 5/1, you'll then have $300 of those over-the-counter benefits, and you'll be good to go. Guys, I could feel her energy. You can feel people's energy on the phone. So that's what I'm trying to portray to you guys is they know if you're having a bad day. They know if you like your job or care for your job or whatever it is. So if they're going to know that, you better bring that energy up. So guys, again, I'm new to this. 1 week in, I have no mentors. I haven't searched for any. I haven't reached out. I haven't done anything other than put my head down and get this figured out myself. I'm brand new. I'm not claiming to be an expert. I'm being extremely vulnerable with you. And so if there's something that you've done that is working that will help me out, please let me know. But I'm excited. I'm going to keep plugging along. I'm going to keep getting better at this. So far in my first week, I've written 12 apps. That is a hair lower than what I've been doing as far as face-to-face, but I am more than happy with that. I'm only going to get better. I've lost a few. That's okay. I don't get upset at that. In fact, I'm going to call them back next week. They're going to completely forget we talked. So, again, if y'all got any recommendations, please let me know. If you're considering phone sales, reach out. I'll give you all my secrets, all the things that I'm doing, because there are a few things that I've had to learn because I have lost some business. So I appreciate you guys listening. If you haven't, please like and subscribe, and I will update you guys next week on what I've learned about phone sales even more. Y'all take care. Have yourselves a good day.